These are learning myths, and again, these are we's, these are United States. Take a look at these and see what you think. What about that last one? Yeah, in fact, one of the things that we think is going to be even more necessary in classrooms is more student discussions, which means they have to listen to each other. And right now we have a lot of students that just want to wait and listen to you because they know eventually the teacher will give them the answer. So that's going to be a tough one. We're going to continually switch roles here, and we have to use a microphone, so this will be a challenge.
This next piece is a true story. Sad but true. One boy, quite a good student, was working on the problem if you have 6 jugs and you want to put 2/3 of a pint of lemonade in each jug, how much lemonade do you need? So he worked on it, and he said 18 pints. I asked him, how much in each jug? He said, 2/3. Is that more or less than a pint? Less. How many jugs? 6. But that doesn't make any sense. Well, that's the way the system works out. You probably know some students who might go that way. So we're going to talk about tasks today. And what is a task? First of all, it focuses attention on the mathematics, concretely or semi-concretely. Uses patterns, visuals, and making sense to discover relationships in mathematics. That's how we're going to define a task, a good task. It's very focused. This is not problem-based learning that can go in multiple directions. It may be scientific inquiry, but it's very narrowly defined, and the mathematics that comes out of the task is very deliberate and very focused. They aren't going to go 6 directions. They're going to go the direction you intend them to go because the task is that focused. It will lead to conceptual understanding and sometimes possibly even a procedure. The reason we say that fits Common Core is that procedures are important. They just aren't everything anymore. And from research, when you build the procedural first and then try to introduce the conceptual, the kids say, I don't really care. Don't confuse me. I don't want to know. But if you build the conceptual first, and out of it comes a procedure, and they're working later, forget the procedure, they can always go back in their head and recreate the conceptual. What happens now if you give something that doesn't look exactly like what they learned, doesn't sound the same, doesn't look the same, but it is the same? What do? They what? What do they do? Skip it. Quit. Shut down. You didn't teach me this. And whose fault is that? It's yours. So we're going to look at tasks for Common Core. So what are they? How can you recognize a task? First of all, it should make the mathematics problematic. That means you did not teach it first. It's problematic if they look at it and don't immediately know what to do. It's not a recipe problem. It connects with where they are. Are all of your students in the same place in every class? Not ever. But a good task has access at a variety of levels. The low kids can get into it numerically. The higher kids can get into it visually, conceptually. It has access. So it connects to where they are. And when they are finished, it leaves something behind of mathematical value. One presenter we saw called it mathematical residue. We like that. So what does the teacher do? The teacher has to select the task. That may be the hardest part.